Okay, what if I told you that your body sends out a secret signal? A little whisper, the very instant a new last begins. It's a sign that's so quiet, most of us miss it completely. Well, today we're going to decode that very first mysterious message.
I mean, just think about that for a second. A hidden message coming from deep within you, announcing this incredible new beginning long before any test could ever tell you. It almost sounds like something out of a movie, right? But the answer might just be written right into our own biology.
So, what is this powerful first clue? Well, it's a very unique sensation that a lot of people have actually described. It's called fertilization pain. And listen, this isn't just some random cramp. Many believe this is the body's first unmistakable announcement. And here's what makes this so incredible. An egg is only viable for about 24 hours. That's it, just one single day. So conception has to happen within this tiny, tiny window. It makes that first physical signal feel so much more profound, doesn't it? It's truly a moment of perfect, miraculous timing. All right, so let's get really clear on what this feels like. We are not talking about a dull ache here. No. Fertilization pain is described as a really intense, sharp pang. And it's very specific. It's felt on one side of your lower abdomen, the very side where that miracle has just happened. And this is where you can really see the difference. A lot of us are familiar with ovulation pain, right? It's a noticeable cramp, a little bit of discomfort, but it's manageable. What we're talking about here is on a whole other level. People have actually described it as double the pain, a severe, sharp, and really focused sensation that is pretty much impossible to ignore. You know, the personal stories about this moment are just incredibly intense. And this quote, wow, it just captures it perfectly. Someone described it as if your soul is being withdrawn, but with pain. It's this feeling of pulling, maybe a prickling sensation, a deep internal event that feels both physical and, honestly, kind of spiritual. But look, what if you miss that first, really powerful sign? I mean, it's so easy to do in our busy lives, right? Well, your body doesn't just stop talking. After that initial shout, it starts to send a whole series of secret whispers.
So, what are these whispers? Well, first, you might feel a severe lower back pain that kind of radiates out to your sides. Then, you might notice a strange itching or even a burning sensation in your breasts as they start preparing for what's to come. You might also see a sudden increase in vaginal discharge. And finally, there's a sign that's just deeply instinctual, a complete loss of desire for intimacy. It's almost as if your body knows its mission is, for the moment, accomplished. You know, there's also this really fascinating little detail about the timing of that first signal. Some people believe that if conception happens really fast, just a few hours after intercourse, it could point to a boy, since male sperm are known to be faster. But if that signal comes a little bit later, it might suggest a girl, because female sperm are known to be more resilient. It's just a really interesting theory on the subtle ways nature works. But these signals, they aren't just physical. At the exact same time all this is happening, there's a silent but powerful takeover going on in your emotions, and it's all driven by a huge hormonal shift. Oh, this is so relatable. The feeling that suddenly the whole mood changes. You might find yourself tearing up just because you saw someone else crying, or feeling these huge emotions that you just can't quite explain. It's not random, it's chemical. So what's really going on is that your body is suddenly operating on a completely new fuel source. Your normal hormonal cycle just hits pause, and this new wave of pregnancy hormones starts to surge through you, changing everything from your mood to your sense of self right from that very first moment. Okay, so as the next few days go on, a few more clues can start to appear, and they bring the whole picture into a much sharper focus, leading you toward a more certain confirmation. This is what people often call implantation bleeding. Basically, as that newly fertilized egg burrows into the uterine lining to get cozy, a single drop of blood might appear. It's a pretty decisive sign, but it is also so easy to miss, so don't worry at all if you don't see it. And finally, these are the signs that often come along and confirm what all those earlier whispers were hinting at. As the days pass, you might start to experience the more classic symptoms of early pregnancy. You know, those persistent headaches, moments of dizziness, and of course, the big one, the onset of nausea. All of it just confirming that this profound change is really underway. Your body is telling a story, and it starts from that very first moment. It sends signals that are powerful, they're subtle, and they're deeply, deeply personal. So the real question is,
Now that you know what to look for, how will you choose to listen? And for all of you out there who are listening and hoping, we want to end with this heartfelt prayer for you. May you be blessed with righteous offspring.